spray with his COVID. Don't know if I saw any masks at all. One day they're going, look what Hope did. Next day Trump's O2's in free fall. Still he thinks about the ones he ain't infected. Ain't no way he can infect them from in here. He thinks getting people sick gets him elected. So shoot them roids in his ass and then stand clear. 'Cause now he's leaving here a spreader man. Full COVID on display. Folks he didn't kill before, now he thinks he can. And he's leaving here a spreader man. I knew he spread misinformation. Now he's sad, spreading sickness everywhere. Just like some old flu, but bent on domination. He's the outbreak monkey, only with worse hair. Still he's leaving here a spreader man. Full COVID on display. Folks he didn't kill before, now he thinks he can. And he's leaving here a spreader man. Still he's leaving here a spreader man. Full COVID on display. Folks he didn't kill before, now he thinks he can. And he's leaving here a spreader man.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, welcome to Red State Update. My name's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, it's your good friend Dunlap. It's, I don't know how many years, Jackie, that you and I have been on here in from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, now socially distanced. Jackie has been in this bunker, though, since March.
Yeah, I only got out a couple of times, but I went with gloves on and a mask and a hat and a Windex. I don't, if I have to go out, absolutely has to. That's what you got to have to do anything.
Are you just cleaning windows or what?
Well, yeah.
What's the Windex?
Some of the windows, but also, germs, all that, yeah.
Windows and germs. Folks, can you imagine what that bunker smells like with Jackie and his wife down there eating Vienna sausages for 6 months? I just want you to think about that. Now, of course, this is not the biggest tragedy in the world. People have been terribly sick, may never recover fully. Hundreds of thousands of people in America and are dead now since March. And I got no shed reason a tear for Jackie, but
I got no reason to complain. All these people complaining I had to wear a mask, of sacrifices I made. Now, that don't mean I don't get mad about it, because I know there ain't no damn reason for me to be here other than the damn president and the idiots he's got running stuff. Otherwise, I'd be back to work. I'd be doing everything, that we normally do. It could have been done everywhere else in the world. It's done, not here. Not done here and somewhere in South America. That's about it. We got the most deaths, the most everything. So, yes, I'm mad about that. But as far as did I sacrifice, oh, look how much I've having to give up. Hell, I'm still breathing. I'm alive. Someone my age with, pre-existing condition, all that stuff. Yeah, I ain't got no reason to complain other than there's no reason for this mess.
I mean, he did get sick, the president, go in the hospital, come out, and as far as I can tell, get worse at handling the coronavirus. Like, just be absolute murderous with his recommendations and just crazy. Shaming people for being sick and dead.
Yeah, come out. I don't know what the hell's wrong with y'all. I'm doing good. They're pumping me full of, what is it? Stem cell, fetus. What do you call it? What do you call all that stuff?
A stem cell fetus.
Stem cell fetus. Making me feel good. By the way, I'm going to give everyone in America the same stuff I'm taking for free. He's not going to do that.
No, he's not going to do it. But he did threaten to send you fetus drugs, which, give me them fetus drugs. But I'm just saying, this isn't Project Veritas or somebody sneaking a microphone we want to send every person in America fetus drugs. But the president, who's been saying, fetus drugs, who needs them? His administration, not great for fetus drugs. Now he's like, yeah, fetus drugs I feel great. You should get them too. I mean, you're not going to get them.
No.
But I'm going to stand up here and make you feel bad.
All the while trying to put Judge Barrett to stop abortion. And if there weren't no abortions, they wouldn't have got the fetal tissue that they needed to develop this stuff that they're pumping him full of. Of course, he don't know that. I'm sure somebody tried to explain that to him, and it went right out the window.
Folks, when we started doing this, by this I mean bashing President Trump. We're still in the prelude to this episode. We got a lot to talk about. We want to just barrel through it. We're doing so many of these podcasts now because our lives are insane, and we have no other way to deal with them other than to get on here and talk to each other. It makes us feel like we're doing something, because otherwise, Jackie, we'd just be like two scared saps.
That's pretty much it. Pretty much all we know how to do is get on here and talk about it and write little songs, which you heard at the beginning of this. Apologies to Clint Black.
But he was on Celebrity Apprentice, so.
Oh, he was?
He's
on the hell with him, man. No, did a song parody. That helps us, things like that. That's what you heard at the top of the thing, by the way, if you didn't know what that was. So that and this, pretty much all I can do, locked up down here, and ain't a whole hell of a lot more.
When we started saying that Trump was a candidate that no self-respecting Southern person should vote for because he was the ultimate Yankee, because he was arrogant, know-it-all, mean.
Racist
too.
Yeah.
But just forget the racism for a second. You shouldn't forget the racism.
No.
Forget that I said forget the racism.
That's a big component of this.
That's a big component here.
But if you cut that, let's cut the doo-doo cake in half. Racism gone. Listen what you got left.
Put the racism in your save for later. Let's just concentrate on the front porch, your mama's porch swing, granny's backyard garden, church on Sunday, Saturday night, getting together with that homemade muscadine wine, tire swing, and lots of swings in this country music, the living embodiment of the Andy Griffithness. Somebody, no Southern person, even the most racist Southern person, should look at this guy and go, he's an asshole. We still did not think he was going to enjoy murdering people with disease this much. That's got nothing to do with being anti-Southern. I'm just saying when we were like, well, here's why you shouldn't vote for him, because Andy Griffith would slap him in the mouth.
Andy Griffith, he's the only person Andy Griffith might use his gun on.
If you get past the racism and the grabbing women by the hoo-ha and the rape and the con man and the blowing everything he's been handed, rich boy, daddy, give him everything,
ripping people off, bankruptcies, not paying his employees,
just being racist in so many different ways, and for such a long time. If you get past all that, we were like, here's this one thing you can hang on to. There's one peg as you're slipping down the mountain. Somebody put a peg in there. That peg says, that ain't country. But y'all ignored all that. You voted for him anyway. And now he's killing people and dancing on their graves. He does not give a shit if you get sick. He cared when he got sick, but he does not give a shit if you get sick. And I know a lot of people, Jackie, still want to vote for him. They voted for him last time, and when they think of MAGA, Make America Great Again, it's 2016 when he won, and they trolled all the libs. They're begging him to be like a regular person, not a regular person, but a regular Trump. Whatever that was, before he proved to them over and over again how inept he was, how little he cared about anybody. You know what? This is like Michael Jackson. We're in the Michael Jackson stage of people who voted for Trump. Like maybe like when he first got in office, even though they'd seen all the Ryan Seacrest, they've heard everything. They were like, well, that's just rumors. That's just them. He's just Michael. That's just Michael being Michael. You know how he had a hard life. And then somewhere, maybe March was like the first trial. And people were like, I don't know, but Billie Jean is still a bop. And then somewhere around, I guess, him going in the hospital is like the HBO documentary. And people are like, I don't know if I can listen to Thriller this Halloween or not. Although Thriller is still on the radio. I'll sidebar here. Can I just say that this is a fucked up country because you got the QAnon people, half Republicans, and your Marianne Williamson aunt saying everybody in America is pedo, child molester, trafficking young children, damn like McDonald's everywhere, children traffickers, and the damn Tom Hanks on down. And yet Michael Jackson is on every Jack FM. Like they did not take him off. He's still on there. Maybe they don't play the Free Willy song as much, but like everything else is still, you're going to hear Thriller this Halloween.
I don't understand it. Now, I know we lost some listeners. I know some people still listen, like to get mad at us. And that either you're a Trump supporter or, which this may even be worse than a Trump supporter, you'd say, oh, he's just another politician like all the rest. He ain't no worse than the rest of them, just the same. The hell he ain't. How many other politicians killed over 200,000 Americans for no damn reason. No damn reason except to win again. That was it. Well, hell, we got to get money going here. They got tons of money. The government sits on, they could have given everybody $1,000 or $2,000 for 2 months, got it down, figured out how to contact trace. We'd all be back at work. You'd be at the movie theater watching the new James Bond. We would, and no, can't do it that way. Hell no. It's evil and stupid. Ineptitude and pure meanness, not giving a damn about nothing but himself. He's had this stuff, had the opportunity to come out. He could have turned this around for himself. Now I understand. Been humble. Said, I understand. We've got to get through this. we've made some mistakes in the past. Of course, he's never going to say that, but if he had, they'd be neck and neck right now. But no, I don't know what the hell's wrong with all these weak ass people. Excuse my language, catching this and keeling over. They just didn't want it. They didn't want it life enough. They didn't want it enough. Don't let it control your damn life. Hell.
I think he is on Rush Limbaugh right now, which is, I cannot imagine a conversation I would like to hear less. Like David Berkowitz and the dog. Well, I'd like to hear that, honestly. I can't think. That's two worst. Who are two worst people to have a conversation? I guess those two. Well, I mean, a dog is always.
Anything like
a talking dog under the bus. The dog's probably cool. He can't help it.
Talking dog, I don't think if a dog really could talk, it wouldn't tell you to kill people. I don't think it would. Maybe, some people from this administration, but other than that, the dog wouldn't do that. No. I like Bush Bean's dog. He talked that one, right? Is that?
And all it talks about is beans. That seems to me to be pretty true to life, what a dog would be like. These beans are good.
Yeah. I know. How'd you make these beans? I know. I'll tell you. No, don't tell it second. All right.
I can't cook. I ain't got the thumbs for it. But put a bunch of beans in my bowl. Will you do that? I'd listen to that. I'd listen to a dog just talk about beans for an hour before I'd listen to Rush Limbaugh talk to Trump for an hour.
Well, they went on Hannity last night, and of course I can't. That's another conversation I don't give two damns about. I ain't gonna listen to, but from what I heard, read, he was coughing and voice kept cracking. How you doing, Miss President? I'm sure he still managed to be completely awful through all the coughs and
I can't tell. I'm getting it mixed up. The Maria Bartiromo, the Sean Hannity, and the Rush Limbaugh are all mixed up in my head. But I guess that's because it's one long stream of crazy.
Yeah.
One hateful, infectious stream of just the worst things any human being could say. And he's in charge. No, people are mad at Nancy Pelosi, but should we have not been talking about this before that? Just the fact that he's on, they're trying to normalize him again, because I think people were starting to catch on to that. This is not good. Even people that liked him said, please be normal, please. But he can't. So now he's on all these TV shows, and they're trying to help him be normal. But so far, it's not going good because of all the coughing, the crazy things he says. And on Rush Limbaugh, apparently, let's see, he, I guess he said he thought he might not have made it. He said,
a little worried.
He was a little worried for himself. Right. He said black people don't dig Biden. He's calling Regeneron the cure. Who cares? Who cares?
He gonna call Kamala Harris a monster and communist and all, and just all. He said the governor of Virginia personally executed a baby. It's gotten to the point where it don't. Stuff just don't make. It never did make sense, but now it's just extra crazy. They're pumping him up with these damn steroids. He's already crazy. You give him this stuff, which I'm sure he says, I got to do. I'm on the phone at noon. Give me a shot. Give it to me.
Keep them coming.
He did 3 phone calls all day. I just need enough energy, and barely had enough energy, evidently, to get through the Hannity one.
But debates are supposed to be in person. All he does is talk on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
I guess he doesn't trust computers or something.
I don't know if we could do it on the phone. Yes, I'd agree.
That's how he got started. He'd call into Fox and Friends. I guess the thing is, you can be on the toilet when you're on the phone.
Yeah. Or in the hospital bed.
Are they trying to kill Biden? Is that why they wanted to do this in person?
That's that's what they won't tell us when it got negative. Everybody knows why they're not telling. Why would they not say that? I wonder why. Even if you like him, ask yourself, why ain't they telling when he, when did it last test negative? When did it first pass positive? They're not going to tell us that because he had it when he went on damn stage with Biden. But Pence, who yesterday stopped all of his travel plans for some reason, who knows why, he went on stage in his debate. And look, he may have tested negative. He may have. But that it don't matter because if you're around, let's say 50 or more people that you know have coronavirus and y'all hugging and clapping about the new Supreme Court nominee you're going to get on there. And the first thing you're supposed to do when you find out one of them, let alone 15, 20, however many have coronavirus, you're supposed to go shut yourself up in your underground bunker, in your hotel room, in your house for 2 damn weeks. You don't know until 2 weeks is up. Every doctor would tell you that, every scientist, everybody. That's how it works. So Pence might as well have had it because he wouldn't go, I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to, not me.
If 14 people at the grocery store got sick, you wouldn't go to that Kroger no more. And 14 people at Kroger wouldn't get sick because, after 3, Kroger would replace the manager. Y'all had a party out by the dumpster and nobody wore a damn mask. Cody, you can't. You cannot handle leadership right now. Go back to community college, Cody. Community college is a fine goal for people to have.
Nothing wrong with that.
I didn't want to sound like I'm saying he go there and he learned. We need to send president to community college because although I would not wish that on the worst community college on Staten Island or wherever it is, I would not wish it on them.
No. Don't deserve that. No.
No. Yeah. So Kamala Harris debated evangelical Enos the other night. I thought of that like 10 hours after the debate. I said, that would have been a good tweet. But even Enos, he helped the Duke boys out every once in a while.
Yeah, every now and then
he knew he was on the wrong side.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jury is still out on Pinky. Fly got on his head. We have to talk about the fly. You can't let the fly go by.
Main thing, I think that's people saying, the fly, and they're saying things like Amityville Horror or all these things with no, don't say that because the flies in those movies, they got on the good people. The flies hurt the good, remember? Because he went over the priest go to bless a house covered in flies. His intentions were good. Pence went on TV to lie to every damn American. His intentions were not good. So it wasn't one of them kind of flies, one of them devil house flies. It must have been some other kind.
I seen that fly, Jackie. I talked to it for a second.
Wow.
I said, I saw you on BuzzFeed. And he said, what? I said, BuzzFeed. And he said, what's that, my to-do list? I thought of that 12 hours after the debate. You gotta think fast to be on Twitter. I don't know why we still do it, honestly.
Anyhow, most of what I heard after the debate was a bunch of bull hockey, whether it's from Fox, MSNBC, CNN, wherever the hell it was. The main thing they first start talking about is Senator Harris saying, now look, a black woman's got to be real careful. She can't get too mad. She can't get to this or to that. She's a black woman. She has to act a certain proper way. On and on they went on about how she did, and she did fine, but the point being, you can be a white butthole, pitiful human being and lie for an hour and a half nonstop, and ain't nobody got a word to say about that. It's about all the black woman acted just like she's supposed to. She could, whatever. Chinese, anything. If the man sitting there lying to you, tell him he's a damn liar, scream at him. I don't care who you are. On and on. This is how a black woman is supposed to behave in a debate. The hell with all of you.
It is crazy that we are in a time when 210,000 people have died because of this administration. This dude, Flyhead, is on the damn. He's supposed to be head of making everybody healthy.
He's in charge.
He's in charge. They should have ended it right there. They should. You can't keep. They're shutting down the White House. The Joint Chiefs of Staff are in quarantine. The president is off his rocker on steroids. Your eye looks like a damn pomegranate. There's a fly on your head. Like, who is even in charge? You've killed 210,000 people, and then you sit here, you show up in your suit with your maskless wife like everything is normal. Get out. Get out. Walk out of this wherever we are, Utah. Walk out into the Utah streets where you look like you belong. Go.
If you ain't going to quarantine your damn self like you're supposed to, get out of here.
They should have, march him out and then grab him in the quarantine truck. This has been a summer of people grabbing people and throwing them into vans. So why don't we just have a quarantine van and we just quarantine all the White House staff that should be quarantining right now? That kind of sounds like those old boys in Michigan. So forget I said to grab anybody and put them in a van. I meant to help, but let's just scratch that from the record. Do never, ever, even Pence, where you would take him to a nice hotel and he could quarantine for two weeks and just read the Bible or draw his comic strip or whatever he does. He could just sit in there, recuperate, get room service. His wife could be in an adjoining room, not too close. So, that nothing makes your pulses quicken. It's probably not good for recovery. Just have him somewhere nice is what I meant. But still, I don't think we should be putting that out in there. So just scratch that. Forget I said anything about vans. And what about that, Jackie? They wanted to kidnap the governor of Michigan.
I know. Everybody, you're overreacting. What is this Nazi stuff? They're just a few of them. All they do is go out and march and show the guns off. You're overreacting. There ain't that many of it. Proud Boys, who cares if they stand up, stand by? Let them do it. It ain't no big deal. The hell it ain't. And I want to, you see pictures of these. Thank goodness that they're as dumb as they are, because obviously FBI's infiltrated. If you're a militia and you listen to this, first and foremost, stop listening to it. I don't want you listening to us. But if you are, don't be worried about us one way or another, because there's an FBI agent dressed up in camouflage somewhere nearby. When the Biden administration hopefully takes over, they need to keep old Christopher Wray. I don't see any reason not to keep him. He's the one person in all this mess who's obviously doing his job and hadn't lost any in his integrity yet. He's still telling the truth when he's under oath. Said it over and over again. What's the biggest threat to America? Well, that's white supremacist groups. What, you mean Trump's buddies? Nobody asked him that. They might as well should have.
Well, I mean, the president just attacked her. She didn't even thank me. And his campaign manager was on Fox this morning, said just the hatred she has in her heart for Trump. Like,
it's her fault. Yeah,
kidnapped and put on whatever dumbass trial for treason, like fake TV show treason trial, which doesn't sound like it was going to, like, when terrorists kidnap you to put you on trial for treason, that's not to give you a fair shake. They're not, well, we got to find you a lawyer. Like, that's not going to end well.
And you look at all this, and it looks so stupid stuff, and you want to make fun, but don't. Because this is why we end up where we're at now. We used to think Nazis were funny. They were hilarious. They threw chairs on, hit Geraldo in the head. Pretty funny. I agree at the time.
I mean, That was a little funny. But you're right. I mean,
That's what
everything's
people
just
say.
so mean.
They're so stupid. The Klan's stupid. This is silly and funny. They running the damn country because we was too busy laughing.
I do think you have to thread the needle line. What's that saying? Between making them seem stupid enough where people don't want to join them.
Yeah.
And we can all get a good laugh at their expense, but not so stupid that we don't take anything they do seriously. Like, they definitely need to be publicly shamed. Like, the idea of joining some damn white terrorist group with your buddies, where you meet in a trapdoor hidden under a rug on the floor, according to the affidavit in Grand Rapids. Like, you don't want to encourage people. I think the other side of it too is if it's like, yeah, we got to watch out for them. Like, they're taking, like, you can't make them seem too successful because you don't want anybody to aspire. Oy.
Well, they obviously ain't successful, thank God.
Thank God.
It probably has to do with the stupidity and all this. And let's look at the reason why they wanted to put her on trial, murder, kidnap her, all this stuff. Why did they want to do that? Because she was trying to save the lives of the people she's responsible for.
And if you'd had some leadership,
that's why they want to kill her.
And if the president had been backing her up, I'm not saying these guys, I think I saw something earlier. I don't have it in front of me, but I thought I saw something. Was one of the guys saying, don't trust damn Trump? He's not your friend. Was that what one of them was saying? Are they all... I don't know. They may say that. That may not. It doesn't really matter if they support Trump or not, or if there's some hardcore something else, because they still are getting fed the oxygen that Trump is breathing, which don't breathe that now. But back then, it was just racist. Now it's like racist and contagious. It's a good title for this episode. But yeah, he was flaming this. He was fighting her. She said, I knew this job to be hard. I didn't think I'd have to do anything like this. But I mean, I'm sure that also goes for fighting the president when she's trying to keep everybody safe. Let's see what he's saying on Rush Limbaugh. I think this is happening right now, folks, as we're recording this. Let's just see if he's got anything going on Rush Limbaugh right now. Oh, yeah, he's mad at Paul Ryan.
Paul Ryan?
He says that Fox News is not doing a good job for him, because Paul Ryan is on the board. Fox News is an obstacle and a big problem. The unfairness never ends. That's what Rush Limbaugh says. Yeah, this unfairness never ends for these two white racists who have made the country so much worse than it ever dreamt of even being. And they're sitting there sick, both of them, rich, got everything, or at least Rush Limbaugh's rich. Trump is, sucking off the taxpayer teat, getting every all the medical attention that so many people will not get who are dead. Remember when we used to make jokes on this show?
Yeah. And we made a lot of jokes about Fox News. And Fox News are similar to the white supremacists in this way only. I ain't saying Fox News are all white supremacists. I ain't going there. What I'm saying is what's similar is we've laughed about Doocy and the morning show and Kilmeade and all them being idiots. We've laughed at Fox News for years and years. It's been the dumbest, stupidest thing. But look what they've accomplished. Fox News is responsible for putting this man in the White House as much as anything, probably more than anything else. And we thought they were the dumbest thing. We thought Trump, we laughed at him. We thought he was the dumbest damn thing when he was running for president. Like, look what they're doing now. So years and years of Fox News has led us to right where we are now. Right now, the debt is more than our economy. The national debt is more than money than we are making. We can't do nothing. That over 200,000 of us dead. And like you said earlier, people be sick for the rest of their damn lives. Going to have to live with this. Meanwhile, they're trying to get rid of any kind of health care. Every kind of health care you get, they're going to get rid of that, doing the damnedest, trying to get Barrett on the court so they can get rid of abortion or get rid of health care. Fox News is partly responsible for all of this. Every last bit of it. Sorry, but it is. Help us get to where we're at.
I mean, you know, all these years of the Clintons and the Democrats. The Democrats do all this and that. They're so bad. They do this. So that for 3.5 years, people who voted for Trump were like, well, this ain't no worse than what the Democrats would have done. And they kept that going for like 3.5 years because they've listened to Fox News and Facebook, Breitbart on their Facebook, and the damn Rush Limbaugh show's got him on there right now. And then they get Trump, and they keep going, I still don't think he's worse. I mean, what's the difference between voting for Hillary Clinton? But we have turned a corner now, and I hope this stays this same way. Who knows? I ain't saying he ain't going to win. I'm just saying a lot of people right now seem to be like, this may be worse than having Hillary Clinton in there. I know she goes to the pizza place with the kids and they eat the kids and they put them in the furniture and all that stuff. I'm thinking maybe we could have learned to live with that before. This seems worse right now because it's a lot of, the kids die here too, and he doesn't seem to care, and he's not making any sense, and he is in charge of the country right now. Maybe Rush Limbaugh has him. If anybody knows the drugs to take to give you a lift and then also kind of mellow you out to get you through an hour of radio, it's Rush Limbaugh. They should have called Rush Limbaugh from the beginning. He could have just dug in his bag and be like, oh, yeah, well, you need a little of this and a little of that. Let me chop some of this up. Let me get a needle ready. Here you go. Here's what you need. Now you can get the oomph, but without the crazy. Dr. Rush, they call him.
You know who else would have done a lot better? Let alone all of Americans had Hillary won the election. Fox News would be doing better. Right now, Trump's there cussing Fox News, telling everybody quit watching it, all that. If Hillary was in there, it'd be, you know, what you've done for years, bashing Hillary, getting ratings. Everybody loves you that hates Hillary. You'd be doing a hell of a lot better. No awkward phone calls from the damn president, not knowing what to do with him. What am I supposed to say here? Now, had Hillary got in, and tell you what, Fox, if we're lucky enough Biden gets in, it's back to normal for you. You go back to doing what you know how to do. I
think one of the genius things about Trump is that he still gets to play the victim, even though he won the election. Yeah. He ain't done nothing for nobody to criticize him about. But after 3.5 years and a major pandemic and 210,000 people dead at his hand, at his feet, I don't know what people start going, oh, yeah, he should have done something by now. But he has been able to give Fox News a little bit of cake and eat it, too. Because, he's telling them to arrest Biden. This guy that we had a normal debate with, Kamala Harris had to sit next to Flyhead and say, oh, yeah, well, let's talk about the economy. When the guy, Flyhead wouldn't even say there'd be a peaceful transfer of power. They're on there saying they got go to the polls, watch them. The election's already ruined. Don't worry about every ballot you get is crazy. Throw it in the river. Like, it's bad because they've been throwing ballots in the river, but when you get your ballot, you should also throw that in the river. What was I talking about?
I don't
even
know.
That Trump sign in Southern California and Los Angeles, they put a sign on the freeway and everybody's like, now all them Los Angeles liberals have to look at Trump's name on a flag. That's crazy. And I think I know we say this every episode. Like, I think I may have figured out something about Trump. It's his name. He only cares about any of this because it's his name, and they put it on flags. Like, there's never been. How many times have they put presidents' names on flags? Like, it doesn't happen. If they didn't put his name on flags and hills, he would give two shits about any of this. He would have been out. Many libs triggered, they say. You just put somebody's name up on a hill. Like, it's just his name. It's not a cause or a belief or a political party. It's just Trump on the thing. Like, why are you doing free advertising for somebody who don't give a shit about you? It's just advertising a business, and his business is making people mad. He don't know how to make money. He just knows how to make mad. So people putting this up don't believe in anything. This random asshole who was a Mark Burnett away from being a 80s trivia question. This random asshole's name is on your flag. What does that even mean? I can't imagine how racist I'd have to be to put some random dude's name on a flag. Like, if you're racist, there's already a racism flag. It was on the Dukes of Hazzard's car. There's nothing I would believe in enough to put a person's name on a flag and wave it around. Unless it's my name. I put my name up there. Dunlap flag sounds great. Anyway, it's un-American flags with people's names on them. He does put his name on things, and I think that's why he's just, even we were talking to Maria Bartiromo, he was like, yeah, the boats. That's why I know I'm going to win. Ignore the polls. Focus on the boats. Those boats got flags. When he sees his name on something, he thinks he's doing good.
Does he really think he's doing good right now? I mean, does he? I know.
Right now, he thinks he's doing good. I mean, he can't breathe, but he's feeling great.
He's feeling good. Oh, never felt better. Pumping them fetal tissue right in him. Make any man stand up tall. But does he? Obviously, he thinks he won that debate.
Yeah.
When he says everybody's saying it, that pretty much means just him and Mark Meadows, right?
Yes, that's what everybody.
Says, I've looked at everyone's saying that I won that. That means him and Mark Meadows. Maybe his children, who are probably smart enough to stay away from him right now if they ain't already got coronavirus.
I don't know what reality is to Donald Trump. I mean, he's a narcissist. His reality is whatever he wants it to be. I mean, he thinks the Gold Star families gave him coronavirus. So he can't tell him to back up and get 12 feet away. You can't do it.
They want to hug him. They want to hug him and kiss him. They want to hug him and kiss him. My son did this. My son did that. And then they're dead. And I want to hug and kiss him, Mr. President. I'm not going to stop them. They deserve to get coronavirus. If somebody wants to kiss and hug me that bad, then by God, coronavirus is a gift that they get.
I've never seen that on TV or in a movie or anything where somebody's kid got killed serving their country, and they go up to the president and they're like, "Sir, I just want to tell you about my son. Come here. Let me give you a little of this. I want to kiss on you. Let me hug your neck. Let me hug your neck.
I don't like your mouth sounds with doing that. I make me uncomfortable.
No, people like it. People like listening to this and then hearing my kissing mouth sounds talking about Trump.
No.
Yeah. Now, and listen, also, he's talking bad about Fox. Again, if you're a friend of Trump, then you are on borrowed time, my friend. Maybe not as much borrowed time as he is on, but you are on borrowed time. It may be borrowed time because he's probably infected you with the disease he has, but you are on borrowed time regardless. Even if you are as big a bootlicker as Billy Bob Barr or Pompeo or Ray, yeah. But Barr and Pompeo, there are no two people alive who have kissed Trump's ass as much.
Well, Pence, he put him in there.
Pence, yeah. I think even Pence is a little like my feeling on Pence is he does whatever Trump wants, but he can't wait to get out of the room. I don't think Barr and Pompeo are as eager to leave the.
Well, Pence,
Mark Meadows is like, can I just? He's like sticking his head in the door. Everything okay? But like, Barr wants FaceTime.
Well, Pence lies for him, but as far as I know, he hasn't broken nearly as many laws as Bill Barr and probably Pompeo have.
He's killed a lot of people with his.
Oh,
remember, we thought that they were going to make him the head of the damn coronavirus recovery
to take the blame,
and then they'd get rid of him and put in Nikki Haley or somebody.
Now,
but I guess Trump just thinks the only way he wins is by making everybody mad and sick. I don't know who gave him that strategy. I'm glad they did, except for making everybody sick. That's the other thing. If he had handled this better, a lot less people would be sick. A lot less people would be dead. We'd probably have Trump for another 4 years. I mean, 200,000 people. I guess it's the trade-off is we say that. And cut to mushroom cloud explosion. I mean, this is what happens when you elect Trump. There's no good outcome. Is it 200,000 people dead this way, or is it 200,000 people dead that way?
Who's to know if he loses? We're all worried about what he's going to. We all know he's going to contest it. We'll see how much help he gets from Barr, even at this point. We all know he's going to say it. But what is he going to do? I don't know what he's going to do. You talk about a mushroom cloud. What's to stop him? You think Mark Meadows is going to tackle him? Mark Meadows already got the damn coronavirus. Bring me the nuclear football. Mr. President, maybe that's not a good idea. Not to hell with these people. Who's to say that ain't going to happen?
You know, I've had enough. Just bring it to me. I've had enough. I don't feel good. I just want it all to go away.
And listen, people, we don't even need that. That's not even like a threat. It's just a possibility. Because I tell you what, just hunker down. Seriously, because it's every scientist, every doctor saying we're heading toward winter. It's going to be awful, people. So please take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Hunker down. Do what you're supposed to do. And I know it's pitiful. Some of you ain't got a job. Some of you can't feed your kids. And God love you. I hope there's a food bank still working that you can get to. But good Lord, take care of yourselves because it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Just Trump sad with the nuclear football is just like, yeah, I can't handle it anymore. And then they got Rush Limbaugh on the phone. He took too much of the yellow one. Give him a red one. It'll pick him up. We're looking for balance right now.